All right, guys, I got a Hendrik's truck here. Looks like it might have red coolant in it. Looks like it does. Yep. We do got the wrong oil filter, though. We need to get that off of there. IPR valve's going to take it. Let's do a cold start on this and check it out real quick. Hang on. There you go. 06, 275,000 miles. All right, let's look at some of the codes here. Now, right here, we got the ambient temp sensor, which is going to be on the front grille. So we got wire messed up on that, or the sensor's bad, which, no, those almost never go bad. Could be a wire pinched, or who knows. Key in circuit, we got cylinder 1 contribution balance. Okay, EGR valve, this one 404 means that if they're probably, I didn't even look, is there a valve plugged in? That means that the actual EGR valve is bad. Now, you can be deleted with an EGR valve plugged in. Let's see if he is. No, he still got his stock. And now, who knows if it's welded, but you'll throw that code, even with the delete, when you plug it in, if the EGR valve physically goes bad, which it's not far-fetched that you could have a... Most of the time, we can just tune those codes out. We can just shut those off, and those don't come back. You know, it's almost cheaper to just tune it out so the codes don't come on, and then worry about the... yeah, that one right there, that's... yeah, I mean, the valve's just stuck or it's sticking because the valve actually sends feedback back to the PCM to tell it where it's actually at. Unlike IPR valve that doesn't, or, you know, 2-wire sensors. But we got a intake air temp, that's the mass airflow versus the intake temp sensor, which would be behind the fuel filter on the intake. So it's got a correlation between those two. It's probably, I think it's got a different air filter on it. Who knows? Maybe that code's just come up because of the placement of the mass airflow, intake temp 1 sensor, whatever. Could be. But we got contribution balance number 1 and these other ones. So let's clear these out. I'm going to go and clear them. We already had a P1000 in here. So let's go ahead and clear these out again and do a cold start. Hell, actually, I was just thinking about that EGR stop performance codes. Those codes will not allow a P1000 to clear. So if you're throwing those 1335, I think is what it was, and 403 or 404. If you're throwing those, I don't think you're going to be able to get rid of the P1000 until you get rid of those codes, because it can't run a test. So who knows? Okay, so these are the only ones that came back. Air temp, key in, and EGRs. Man. All right, let's scroll down through here. Let's see if I can get to focus. There you go. Battery's not bad. EBP 0.88, it's okay. So far, FICM at 48. ICP at 0.24. So far, all that looks good. Okay, let's see if I can get to focus. Top and bottom of the screen. We do not want 84 on the bottom. We do not want under 45 on the top. Here we go. Watch IPR. Goodness gracious. Hang on. I'll have to look back and see if the FICM was dropping right as it started, but any day now. One, 2, and 4. I'd probably do 2. Looks like 1's probably been bad for a long time, and it's where number 2's getting beat up. See how number 5 is recovering still from number 4? It's recovering up. See how 2 is not recovering? So 2's going to be a little weak too. If we go in and do 1 and 4 and leave number 2, there's a good chance we might revisit number 2. So right now we got 1 and 4. And 2 if, you know, let it smooth out. I can shut off compensation right here. The computer will throw the stock amount of fuel when I push this button. And when you push it, it'll throw the stock amount of fuel. The computer will monitor this line and try to make this line even. It will over fuel injectors to bring this line up, this fuel trims. So I mean, 4 or 2 recovered pretty good now. So 2's just got a little bit of sticky. I mean, it might cause you a 10-20 second rough start, number 2 being. Number 8's getting beat up pretty hard too, trying to recover from number 1 being so dead. Yeah, so there you go. Look how high 1 and 2 are now. Honestly, it's pretty evident. 1 and 4 at least. 1 would be the worst. 1 would be way worse than 4. Damn, now look at 6 dropping. Let's look here real quick. Alright, well, hang on. Alright, there you go. I think, pretty sure our major concern was cold start right there, so 1 and 4, possibly number 2, number 8. 8 right there. Well, look at 6. So I guess we can make our mind up from that. Let's let it run a little bit. Wow, 8 was dropping like a son of a gun there for a second. Holy crap. 1, 4, 6, and 8. You might want to consider a set. I don't know, or at least do half of them. The whole odd, the whole even side, and then number 1. I don't know. Or we could gamble. Just do number 1 and number 4 and watching that number 8. It's hard to judge because number 1 is, see, look, number 2 cleaned up. Look, it's recovering almost all the way. Recovering pretty good. So, wow, those 2 are looking low though. So just make your own mind up. Looks like 1, 4, 6, and 8 right now. Number 2 is a little shaky at cold start. 7, 3, and 5 appear to be wonderful. 7, 3, 5 actually give us no indication of being bad. So we'll go ahead and cut this off, let it idle a little bit, let it smooth out. And yep, there you go. All right, guys, have a good day.